Good morning. I'm Andy Myers at Weiss Research.
I'm Jen Amos, and this is your morning market alert for Wednesday, September 14th. Stocks on Wall Street are set to build on yesterday's gains, as investors digest readings on August retail sales and producer prices. We'll bring you those numbers and the market reaction after the opening bell. But for now, the focus remains on Europe. Following weeks of speculation, Moody's Investors Service downgraded two French banks, Crédit Agricole and Societe Generale. Their ratings were cut by one notch each, and Moody's also put a negative outlook on the banks, meaning they could be downgraded further. In addition, the agency said it continues to review a third French lender, BNP Paribas. Moody's explained the cuts by saying it has become increasingly concerned about the bank's funding and liquidity needs.
Those downgrades initially pushed European stocks sharply lower, but they've since clawed back those early losses, and the markets are now broadly higher. One reason for the turnaround is that the one-notch cuts were not as drastic as many investors had feared. But sentiment is also being boosted by comments from European Commission President José Manuel Barroso. He told the European Parliament that officials will soon present options for the introduction of Eurozone bonds. Many experts have said bonds backed by the full Eurozone is the best chance to stop the sovereign debt crisis. Traders are also optimistic that some progress will be made to resolve Greece's debt situation. Later today, the country's prime minister will hold a conference call with French President Nicolas Sarkozy and German Chancellor Angela Merkel to discuss Greece's bailout. Merkel has angrily denied rumors that some German officials are preparing for a Greek default.
The renewed optimism in Europe is helping to boost the region's shared currency this morning. The euro is jumping well above $1.37 against the greenback. The dollar is also lower against most of its other rivals. And investors are also selling out of U.S. Treasuries. The yield on the benchmark 10-year note is rising back above 2%. Meanwhile, the dollar's relative weakness is failing to boost commodity prices. Crude oil is dropping below $90 a barrel on continued concerns about global economic growth. A report on weekly U.S. fuel inventories from the Energy Information Administration may move that market later today. And gold is slightly lower this morning, now trading at around $1,825 an ounce.
On the corporate front, we have a new development in a big takeover battle in the food industry. ConAgra set a deadline of September 19th on its buyout offer for Ralcorp holdings. Ralcorp rejected ConAgra's latest bid, worth $5.2 billion last month. Now, ConAgra says it will withdraw the offer if Ralcorp refuses to come to the negotiating table. Shares of Ralcorp are tumbling more than 10% on the news, and ConAgra is also trading lower ahead of the bell. However, we may see big gains in shares of Dell and Staples at the open. The boards of both companies authorized stock buybacks. Dell's worth $5 billion and Staples $1.5 billion. That's the latest from Weiss Research. We'll be back after the opening bell with all the economic data and market reaction.